Hey guys, welcome back to another Pokemon video. I hope you've got a nice warm cup of tea or coffee or maybe just water. And sit back and relax because this is going to be a bit of a longer chill video. Essentially, I'm just going to be going through and sorting a lot of the Pokemon bulk that I've bought over the past several months. Most of it, the bulk of it, no pun intended, being from the past 3 months or so. But there's some stuff in here that's a bit older. But the thing that makes this stand out and be a lot different is almost all of this. I mean, I got stacks and stacks of cards here. A lot of this I bought on like TCG Player or eBay for like 5 to 30 cents a card. A lot of these cards are 10, 20 cents. Just to give you a little preview, right? Like a brick of these amazing looking reverse holos from all different generations. Essentially, I'm a big collector of the original 151. So I just went on a really fun buying spree, and it's really fun to do this on a budget because, well, the cards are so cheap. You can load up on a ton of amazing looking card art for a fraction of the price of what you'd be paying for, other cards. So that's what all these bricks are. They're just loaded with amazing looking. I mean, look at that Tauros, right? Okay, maybe that Tauros is a little derpy looking, but a lot of these cards have some amazing art. We're just going to kind of go through them, sort through them, appreciate the art, and kind of just hang out and talk. So, what do you say we get started? I don't know. Let's just pick. Let's do this giant brick right here first. So yeah, as a lot of you know, Pokemon lately has been really hard to collect. Finding new cards really hard. Vintage, I mean, you can't always buy all the vintage cards you want, right? Because the price gets kind of crazy. So I found that I have been really enjoying just going through and picking up cheap reverse holos of the Pokemon that I like, and they're super cheap cards, right? So we're gonna just put this here, and we're just gonna kind of go through them. Super cheap cards. I mean, who doesn't love to pick up an amazing looking card art for 10 cents, right? Oh, that's what a lot of these cards here cost. I mean, look at this Nidoran, for real. The art on this Nidoran destroys most modern Pokemon cards. Personally, I'm a big fan of non-full art cards too because the artist has to make artwork contained to a smaller box. So usually the artwork's a bit simpler, a little bit easier to read. It's not overly complex. And it looks, I just love the framing with the reverse hollows. I just love how it accentuates the artwork. The hollow in the card isn't like distracting from the art. Now, some of these, I pretty much just bought anything, right? So sometimes I would say moderately played. In a case like this, yeah, that's pretty moderately played. But as long as the price was right, I don't really care if they're charging me 10 cents for a moderately played card. As long as I like the art and the price was nice and cheap, I went for it. Now, we might also get a lot of doubles because the problem with buying cards like this, it's a little hard for me to remember what I've already bought. So I usually have to go off of memory. Um, Look at that cute Poliwag. Look at that. Now, this is going to be a hard video for you guys to just listen to because I'm constantly going to be just saying, like, look at this amazing card, and you're going to have a hard time looking away. But hopefully, this is just a nice little eye opening way for a lot of you to collect Pokemon cards a bit more affordably, have some fun with it. And yeah, some of these are definitely like creases and everything, but that's okay. I mean, that one's pretty brutal. But at the end of the day, I probably paid like 5 cents for that card. Look at that smug little Pidgey. He looks like he's about ready to go like eat a Caterpie or something. Look at the seal. Goodness gracious. I love the art on these holds cards. Look at this Omastar. He's in like a Last of Us sort of like post-apocalyptic world in the background there with the sunken walking signs and street in the city and everything overgrown. So cool. Really nice Dugong. What I plan on doing with these cards is making a binder too. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to go about my binders with the original 151. But I think the way I'm going to do it is one binder is going to be for older, like WotC era cards, and then another binder will be for like more of these types of mid generation reverse holos for Pokemon. Essentially, a binder for the really cheap cards is how I want to do it. But I don't discriminate. I buy all 151 Pokemon, even the ones that I'm not the biggest fan of, such as like Machoke is probably like one of my least favorite, but I will still buy Machoke reverse holos because I want to own as many cheap reverse holos for the originals as I can. This was one of the more pricey ones. This is like Undaunted, I think, or something. A little crease down here, but this was cheap. It was like $1 when the card is normally $5. So for a binder, I mean, it's perfectly fine. My favorite style of reverse holo are the ones that don't use a texture in the background. Oh, look, Machoke. See, I really like that Machoke. I actually think that's one of my favorite Machoke arts. Check that out. Kind of just scaling the mountain. Also, I definitely go for Yukamori cards. Yukamori uses a sort of like claymation sculpture for artwork, which is very unique within the Pokemon space. Just feels so good to hold a brick of amazing looking reverse holos for the Kanto Pokemon. Nice Onyx artwork. I really like the Pokemon cards like this that kind of bring you back to the original Sugimori artwork style. This is Kimura. Really, really love these. This is one of my favorite artists for like modern Pokemon too. This Psycho person, Seiko. They use a sort of hand-drawn watercolor look that reminds me of old school Pokemon cards as well. I'm definitely starting to recognize a lot more artists that I enjoy their artwork style. Look at that coughing. Great art on that one. I think there's always at least one card for every Pokemon, no matter what Pokemon it is, that just like you can't deny the artwork is amazing on it, even if you don't like the Pokemon. Okay. Let's go through the other brick there. Then eventually what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do it in this video, that would be crazy, but I would like to sort these cards by Pokemon. So that way I can have a stack of like, all my Spearows, all my Caterpies, all my Onyx cards, And then that'll make it easier for me when I start putting these into binders. And the nice part about this is too, I buy so many of these cheap cards, I kind of forget what I bought. So when I go through it, it's like I'm seeing them for the first time all over again. Let's put this down. Must be a nightmare. I mean, shout out to the people that sell these cards on TCG Player. It must be an absolute nightmare when someone like me comes through and places an order for like 200 cards and the cards are like 5 cents each and you got to sit there like, I don't know how they sort these things and pull them so quickly. I don't know how they categorize them. But yeah, that can't be easy. All right. Machamp, Arbok, Beedrill, Scyther. You might notice some doubles. I don't think I've noticed any yet. Really cool background on that Voltorb. Don't think I've slipped up and ordered a dupe yet, from what I can see. Love that Spearow. Looks like, crayons practically, but I like it. Look at the reverse on that. It just glows. Not exactly sure what set this is from, but that reverse holo pattern is like very vibrant. Oh, I think, did I? Maybe not. Maybe I bought that one already. Look at this Golduck, awesome. Fearow. I feel like Fearow is probably one of the like most underrepresented favorites. There can't be a lot of Fearow fans out there. Check out that Dratini. War Turtle, awesome artwork on that one. Tangela. I've been really liking Tangela a lot lately. A lot of cool Tangela cards out there. Love this Porygon card. Just so simple. It's like, I guess he's supposed to be a mallard duck, like floating through the water is how I interpret that one. But this is what I'm talking about, though, right? Like, we don't always have to be focused on the value of Pokemon cards. For Pokemon, I think right now the healthiest way to be into it is just to enjoy the artwork. Yeah, it's awesome to pull a card worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but at the end of the day, I mean, you got to stick to what you love, right? And if you love the original Pokemon with these original artworks, like, are you really going to find a modern Pokemon card like a full art Goldeen that looks this nice and simple? No, if Goldeen gets a full art, it's going to be like so over the top, probably with a trainer in the background, like just so busy, so overwhelming. But that's what I love about these older reverse holos, just a nice centered artwork that's nice and simple. They can't go too overboard because the artwork space is smaller. And a lot of times, they're some of my favorite artworks. Look at the Diglett chilling in there with Giovanni. So yeah, we're going to be here a little bit, but I hope you guys enjoy. Just a nice video maybe to help you wind down at the end of the day, enjoying the artwork. Look at that Pidgeotto. Holy smokes. So good. Look at the colors in the background. A lot of these I'm recognizing from when I was playing Pokemon Trading Card Pocket. Really awesome Bellsprout. I've had ideas of doing themed binders too, so like maybe cards that feature a lot of water in the background or forests. Look at that Yukamori. Goodness. Such great design with these. Right, so like theming a binder around a certain setting of the cards. So like I was thinking, well, I don't want to spoil it, but maybe one day I'll put it together and you guys can see what I cooked up. Love the art on this Metapod. Love the basic background. I really like these ones that look like the Pokemon in their natural habitat, but the Pokemon, more importantly, is the focus of the card, not like a trainer. The Pokemon isn't like microscopic, like they are the centerpiece of the artwork, but they look like they're in their natural environment. Those are my favorites. These are some of my favorite reverse foils, the ones that are just like a nice cold foil, no patterns. Some of these I got a great deal on. Like I think this was a Lapras card that's worth a few dollars, but I only got it for like 50 cents. Really cool Farfetch'd on this. Love the art there. He's just in love with his little leak. Great Metapod. That's what I love about these. It's like even the simplest of Pokemon where you think to yourself, like, how many different cards can they do of Metapod? Well, guess what? They can do a lot of cards of Metapod just sitting on a tree in the forest, and they all look stunning. Here's a Jinx impressing him a champ in the background there. And Machoke. Okay. That ends those two stacks. Let me just move these off to the side. What do you say we do here? I want to show you guys this one real quick because this is one of my favorites. So this one was not a 10, 20, or 30 cents card, but it is a reverse holo. Check this out. One of my favorites for Hypno. Look at this. Komiya artwork, super trippy looking. But notice the Clefairy back here, right? So it's sort of like Hypno choosing, like, do you go to the dark sleep zone or the bright, cheery rainbow forest area? Well, a lot of these older Pokemon cards tell a story, and as you can see here, I picked up the equivalent. So the Clefairy here, I picked up the other Komiya artwork of the Clefairy being sent into the dark zone, or I don't know what like you would call this area, all tripped out and hypnotized with the Hypno featured in this card back here. Isn't that really cool? Just love how these two cards pair together. And I picked this up. I actually picked up a few copies of this because it was a really good price. It was only like $1 something per card. So I'm like, you know what? Let me pick up a few of them. And if I ever stumble across more Hypnos, I'll make like card pairings of them. I think that would be really fun. So that's just another fun. I really love it when two cards kind of like work together. All right, let's do this one here. This one I know I bought a bit ago, so I'm definitely not going to remember what cards are in here. High chance of running into dupes as well in these two stacks. This one I bought earlier in the year. Yep, see there's a dupe. We saw the Raticate. That's okay, but you know, these are just so cheap. It's like, oh well, I picked up a dupe of a 10-cent card. No big deal. I really, really like these Pokemon cards where it's like just a simple illustration of the Pokemon. It almost has that watercolor look to them, and then the background, like look at how simple these backgrounds are, but I love them. They remind me of like the old Wizards of the Coast era Pokemon cards, even though they're like right outside that era. Really angry looking Slowpoke. Look at the background, that sky hype, that sunset. Oh, one of my favorite Paris cards, may be my favorite Paris card. Look at this. Look at that amazing artwork. I don't know if it'll focus if I get this close. Probably not. Let me see. If I get close and I tap it. No, no, my camera's definitely like, no, what are you doing right now? There we go, refocus. Come on. Oh, I should have never tapped it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. Look at that parish chilling out in the forest, in the tree trunk, with it raining, with the spider wet. Like, absolutely stunning artwork. My favorite Paris card. And guess what? It's a 10-cent card, and I love it. I'm really glad that I decided to start collecting reverse holos like this, because it's just like, you can get really run down, right? If you're into only modern Pokemon and you're just like, oh, I gotta get the latest booster packs and the latest full arts and SIRs, like, man, that's gonna be rough. Convincing yourself that it's okay to collect really cheap cards is a double. We really saw that earlier. Like I said, I bought these months ago. It's hard for me to remember all the ones I picked up. Yeah, it's just awesome being able to pick up amazing looking cheap Pokemon cards. Ooh, a lot of dupes in this one. Goodness gracious. As you can see, I have a good eye. Like, I'm picking up the same amazing looking cards. Ooh, excellent Spearow card. Look at that. It's definitely got that sort of like watercolor look to it. Okay. Oh, this here is not reverses. This is like just a little bonus. I bought a lot of like a Staryu lot where someone was selling all like Staryu, Starmie themed cards. So this is just a little Starmie lot there with some reverses. Let's see. I guess we'll do. Here's another stack here. Ooh, they really have this taped. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. I gotta cut this. Definitely hope I don't cut the cards. Gotta be careful. All right, so it looks like we got a top loader here with a Holo Lapras. Really cool looking, and then a reverse Vulpix on the other side. Then we've got a very well packaged little brick of reverses in here that I am definitely having a hard time figuring out where to open this. Probably right here. At least I used painter's tape instead of scotch. Scotch would be a little harder to deal with. Okay, so we've got more in here. Let's just pop them all out. Ooh, that Diglett. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. One of my favorite Diglets. Check that out. Komiya once again coming through with some crazy artwork. Really nice Articuno. Really nice Taurus, another Komiya artwork. Onyx. This one I've had sitting around for a bit. I'm not even sure if reverses are in here. They put it in this like little plastic case and everything. I've been saving these for a video. Just like this one, to go through them. Really nice Onyx. The funny thing about this Onyx is like the artwork gets cut off down here, which I definitely don't think was the original intention when the artist drew the art. I don't think they knew they would cut it off like that. Maybe they did. I don't know. That's a Sandstorm card if I remember. Amazing Golbat reverse holo. I really love this style of reverse, where the reverse would just play like a regular holo. Zapdos. Looks like we got some holos in here. Mew. It's a little hard for me to find reverse Mews, so I take whatever ones I can find. Queen. Haven't found too many Rhydon reverses yet. Here's one with like a little Poke Center in the background. I love these kind of cards. Little details like that. Some Scythers, Machoke. Okay, let's go through this brick next. Hold on, let's cut this. Hopefully you guys like this kind of content. I know this is not the type of video that most people would upload to YouTube, but sometimes I really enjoy watching videos myself that are not like hyper edited videos, and it's literally just like an uncut video of someone going through their cards. Yeah, those can be pretty relaxing sometimes. I figured some of you would like this style of video. Let's see what we got here. Dragonair reverse. Oh, they did double up. Moltres. Now this is one of my favorite Nidoking cards. Look at this one. Check that out. That is so awesome. Probably my favorite Nidoking card, maybe? With the little Nidoran down there with this sort of like crayon look to it. It's just so cool. Really awesome card. Parasect in a lab. Got this awesome looking Blastoise reverse. And a really nice Lapras reverse. Once again, all these cards dirt cheap, under $1, usually in the 10 to 30 cent range. But you know, for something like Blastoise, this might have been like a couple bucks, $1 or $2, maybe. I don't remember. But usually, you know, they're just like so cheap. It's like you can't. Depends on the Pokemon. Like some, like Charizard, obviously you're not getting a reverse holo for 10 cents, which is why you don't see any Charizard pickups in this video. I don't think there's any in here. They're out there, but they're a little harder to find for like a super budget price. Okay, let's see what we got in here. Let's see, we've got a double of a... Ooh, they're all sleeved. That's nice. Got a double of a Slowpoke from earlier. Charmander. Really nice Cubone. Look at that background. But I really hope this video like reaches some of you. Like just seeing all... Oh, I bought this. It's not a 151, but I just really like this Bidoof art. I believe it's a Seiko card. Yeah, Seiko. Sekio, sorry. Sekio is the artist. Really like their art style. Seeing all the Kanto Pokemon. Maybe you're more into the second or third generation Pokemon. Maybe you want to do the same thing with the generation that you like the most. But I'm hoping that you seeing all these cards together and kind of like seeing what I'm going for here inspires you to do the same thing on your own. Here's another Sekio card, Noctowl. I bought it because I'm like, you know what? Maybe one day I make a Sekio binder because I really, really like their style. And it's not like a Komiya or a Yukamori, right? It's a little bit more of a underrated artist in Pokemon. Okay, let's do this one here. And I have a little bonus at the end. The last stack that I'm going to do to the right over there are not exactly cards that were like super, super cheap. There's definitely some pricier reverse holos and such in there that I picked up over the past several months. 6 months or so. So this will be the last of the cheap reverse holo bricks here. And when I go to conventions, I definitely plan on looking through reverse holo binders and picking out ones that I don't think I picked up yet. Look at this Magneton. Awesome Komiya. There's that Diglett again. There were some cards that they said they couldn't find the reverse of, so they just sent me the normal one, which is fine. It must be really hard to do cards for like Starmie and Staryu. There's only so much you can do for them, right? Like they're pretty non-expressive Pokemon. Oh, look at the background on this Mr. Mime. That may be one of the best Mr. Mime cards. May be my favorite right now. Just based on the background alone. Look at that. Who's the artist? Mizue. Really nice. Love the colors on this Beedrill. It just contrasts so nicely with the reverse pattern border. And you'll find that looking through a lot of these older cards. I bought this Mudkip too because, man, look at that art. That is so awesome. Just kind of like lurking under the dock there. Great art style. Who's the artist? The artist is Aya Kusube. It'll make you fall in love with a lot of these older Pokemon that maybe you thought you didn't like as much, but then you see the cards and you're like, man, like look at this Persian. Awesome. Pretty sure I've bought this Pinsir card a few times. Look at that Pikachu. I like that Pikachu. Not a lot of Pikachu cards in this pickup. Oh, my favorite Doduo. Look at that. I mean, how can you not love that art? That has to be the best Doduo card. A lot of times how I'll like settle on what seller to shop from too is I'll find one card that I really like this one here. I think the reason I picked up this entire stack that I just went through, like the last 30, 40 cards, whatever it was because I really fell in love with this Doduo, so I tracked down who sold it the cheapest on TCG Player, and then I just shopped from that seller. Because I figured, well, if they're charging the least amount for this Doduo, maybe it was 7 cents, 10 cents, they got to make a lot of their other cards pretty cheap, right? So if they got the cheapest price on one reverse holo, a lot of their other reverse holos have to be pretty cheap too. And there's a Magnemite that they couldn't find the reverse for. So that's the final stack of like really cheap reverses. Now we're going to go through some just other recent pickups as a little bonus here for you guys. So we're just going to kind of grab a stack and look through it. Here is a amazing Delta Species Reverse Holo Persian. Probably my favorite Persian card. I think there's something else behind it. Yeah, Reverse Dragon Frontiers Nidorino. But yeah, that Persian is amazing. Mostly just the background. I just love it. It's like a surrealist looking background. I'm actually going to not put that back in that sleeve. Re-sleeve these. Actually, I'll do it off video. What do we have here? I think it's just the one card. Yeah. So just a really nice reverse Raichu. I didn't have too many Raichu reverses, so picked that up. Got this from a local card store. $15 for this Haunter. Not bad. It was pretty good condition, as you can see on the back. Lightly played, perfect for a binder. I want to slowly like build up more and more, regular holos from the WotC era for a binder, and I would prefer to do it locally, right? It's just more fun to find them in person. This Snorlax here was a little bit more on the pricey side, if I remember right, maybe $7, because it is a Komiya artwork and it is Snorlax, and it's just a popular card that was probably in a set that was, maybe not as easy and plentiful from 2016. Don't know what set specifically offhand, but a little bit harder to track down than other reverse holos if I remember. I don't remember if I paid $7 for it, but I did have to buy this individually by itself on eBay. Here is one of the from that Starmie lot that I mentioned earlier. Remember that came out a bunch of Starmie cards. I think this was one of them. So we got a Delta Species Reverse Starmie. And then here's the other Starmie cards. This is the main reason. I won this as an auction. And the auction in total, I think, came out to be around $35, $40. But here's the catch. I don't know why they taped this. I got to be really careful with how I open this. This Skyridge Reverse Starmie, which looks to be in really nice condition, by itself, oh, there we go, is like a $40+ card. So it was like getting this card, which I did need for my E-Series collection, in nice shape, actually. That's like near mint almost, except for the bottom corner here. Really nice shape, no whitening or nothing. That's very nice. We're gonna actually sleeve that immediately because Skyridge Reverse Holos of a rare, definitely pretty valuable. I knew it looked pretty good from the photos. Glad I took the chance on this. This card, if they would have shown the back, which they didn't in the photos, would have went for way more if people saw that condition. And then just other random Starmie Sturdy cards, as I showed you earlier. Here is a awesome looking Slowpoke. This is one that I tracked down by itself, just because I love the art on it. Wasn't too expensive. I don't think there's anything else in there. No. Amazing Delta Species stamped reverse Cubone. One of my favorite Cubone arts, just because he looks so smug and cute. Look at that artwork. And I love that foiling in that background. I really wish they'd go back to that foil style for reverses. Dragon Frontier Stamp Reverse Seadra. Right, so like these kind of cards, like stamped reverses and stuff, I wouldn't put these in the same binder as the 10 or 20 cent cards, right? Like these will go in their own binder. So I'll have different binders. WotC era, I'm thinking. So WotC era for the Pokemon, the original 151, and then I'll have a binder for like these kinds, right? Like the more expensive specialty sort of reverse holos that are definitely worth more than 10 cents. And then I'll have another binder for these type of reverse holos, the really cheap ones. I think that's how I'll go about it. Dragon Frontiers, Lickitung. Oh, an amazing Dratini. Got this for a great price too. Way below, I think people normally ask like 20 bucks for this. I got it for like 10. Really nice price on that. Love this gold bat, one of my favorite arts. Plus that rainbow cold foil in the background always looks so amazing on the stamped cards. And this looks like it's the last card here, but it's one of the best ones. Power Keeper's Reverse Charmeleon, which looks amazing. One of the best Charmeleon cards out there. So there you go, guys. It's just a little bit of an update on some of my loose reverse holo card pickups. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to leave a like and comment if you made it this far. Let me know what you thought about the card pickups. What were some of your favorites? Personally, I'm really liking that Skyridge Reverse Starmie. Great condition on that thing. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.